Okay, we're going to try again. This is Be Well and Rise. We're going to try this again. Let's just jump right in because we're here to take back our own personal power and our ability to be well and rise and um, take care of ourselves and live the way we want to live. And I feel like, okay, FYI, I do not normally freeze bananas like this. This was a saving grace banana I found in the freezer that, thank God, there was one because I needed frozen bananas today. Um, and there was another one that is not going to be used because this is not acceptable. This poor little thing does not get to go in anything I'm eating. So we're going to get rid of that. I'm sorry, banana, about that. But usually I peel them first and then I freeze them. And I cut them up a little and put them in a Tupperware. But we're all out. But I was really happy to find one because in today's recipe, we are going to use a frozen banana. Actually, we're using 2 frozen bananas, but we only have one. So we're going to improvise. We're going to make the medical medium peach pie milkshake. There's our frozen banana. Ideally, we would have 2 frozen bananas. So you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to use some frozen mango. And I don't know that it really goes, but I'm going to do it anyways today. Actually, there's going to be ice cubes, so I'm just going to put a few little chunks of mango. And you know what? I think, like, if you are not a banana lover, like, there's some people that really don't like bananas, and I'm so sorry because that makes life so much harder. Almost as hard as somebody who doesn't eat dairy, gluten, or soy, really, or animal products. So I get it. Not eating bananas is also hard. Okay, so I'm going to put these in here. Let's pretend we have 2 frozen bananas and so far. And then we're going to do 2 cups of fresh peaches. So if you're somebody who feels like, I just don't digest my food well, I feel like I'm not really like getting all I can get out of my food, these I just cut up, and it's really messy because that's just how it had to be, when they're juicy and they're everywhere. I was just trying to get them off the pit. And so we're going to do 2 cups, and I'm just going to eyeball it. 2 cups of peaches. They can be frozen peaches too. So, and it's peach time. If you are watching this live, it's that time of year. So get your peaches. These ones I know for a fact are very juicy, but they're not very sweet. So we will handle that. But if you're somebody who, again, feels like you are not getting your nutrients, you're not digesting well, you might want to eat a peach. Peaches are so supportive to your digestion. The skin of the peaches pulls debris off of your intestines and your colon. It sticks to toxins and poisons and putrefied food and pulls them through and out, allowing for good bacteria to be there and thrive, therefore absorbing nutrients better, clearing the way so you can really take your nutrients in and absorb them. Does that sound fantastic? The other thing we love peaches for is their emotional support. Peaches are super supportive for addictive patterns and behaviors. They're good at calming the nervous system and calming our reactive state and those emotional triggers and the PTSD type triggers, where a lot of addiction lies, right? A lot of our little addictions are really helping us through our PTSD and our triggers, right? So peaches, you can think like, I'm going to do myself a little favor and I'm going to make myself a peach milkshake, but not really a milkshake because milkshakes are not supportive, are they? And we're here to support our wellness, our well-being, our body, and its healing process because we are remembering that our body is able to heal, it's made to heal, and it's just a matter of getting back to that root of that and the base of it and supporting it in the way that it's designed to be supported. So this is going to be coconut water today. This is going to be the most healing way to make this because we are keeping out fats and we're going with coconut water. And you can totally make it with like a creamier, like coconut milk or oat milk or almond milk. You can add more if you need, but I have a feeling that this is going to be a very runny milkshake so far, so I'm not going to put more. But yes, so when you're really like when we're talking about healing and we're talking about the basics of setting yourself up to heal, you really want to like separate your fats to your nutrients here because the fats is going to be kind of like a buffer. It makes it not as absorbable. So when we take the fat out and just stick to like what we're trying to get out of the food, the healing foods, you're going to have a lot more success at absorbing these nutrients and everything you get from this, minus the fat. That being said, I love having a creamy, fatty milkshake sometimes that's made with coconut milk. So sometimes we do that. Sometimes you do that. Just kind of depends on what we're doing, what your target is, what your goal is. I'm going to do a couple big tablespoons of maple. Like I said, I know that this is not a sweet peach. It's a juicy peach, but it's not a sweet peach. So we did a couple tablespoons of maple, 2 cups of peaches. They can be frozen or they can be fresh. We're pretending we have 2 frozen bananas, but really we have 1 frozen banana and some frozen mango to take that space. We're going to put a little cinnamon in there. I'm sorry, I should really work on the lighting and all that here, but hopefully it's going to be okay. Okay, so we got a half a teaspoon of cinnamon. It's a little more than that because I like it. And we're going to also do, vanilla. I didn't bring it out here. Hold on, I'll be right back. Do you want to come in? Oh, it's okay. It doesn't really actually matter. I have a microphone on, so I forgot that I can still be heard. Well, that you can't do. Not yet. This will not be very long, huh? Just getting ice. Here's some ice. All right. Okay, so I got my vanilla, I got some ice, and I got my daughter. Let's see. We got vanilla. We're going to do a half a teaspoon of vanilla. That's another thing I always like extra. Okay, and I'm going to add ice cubes. Ice cubes are optional, and I only have a few. But that's the thing, like, oh God, okay, I have a few, and now I have a few less because I just dropped one. But that's the thing, it's like, it doesn't all have to be perfect, and I just, we do the best we can with what we've got. And that's something I hope you take with you and remember, because you see like the details absolutely do matter when it comes to using food to heal and knowing what's behind whatever's going on. So here we go. This is what we got. We're going to blend it. So plug your ears. I'll step away. I feel kind of bad. This is not going to look good. It just doesn't have enough frozen banana, but I bet it'll taste good. It actually looks better than I thought, but it doesn't look like the consistency I was hoping. So here we go. This is our peach. It looks more like a peach smoothie in my opinion. That doesn't look like a milkshake, but it looks good. Doesn't it look good? Pretty. So we're going to have that. And I actually am going to drink a lot more than this. That's just going to be one. And I'll make some for Sophia so she can have some clean intestines and a calm nervous system. There's that. Okay, so that's what we're making today. So peach smoothie. This is a medical medium recipe, one of his healing recipes specifically. I mean, for so many things, I think like this is something to take with you and just to kind of like let sink in, is all these like little things add up, you know, just like all these like little healing things add up, right? Like the fact that the peaches have something for us and their skin is pulling debris and it's pulling toxins and poisons from our intestines and making room for wellness, making room for healing, making room for the good to be there, right? Like we're moving out what's in the way of our well-being, knowing that like you're made to be well, you're designed that way, your body knows what to do. It's just like, can we support it? It's like, if it's not feeling great, if something's going on, if you're lacking in energy, like what would it take for us to get to the mindset of like start like here, like start right here, start in the kitchen. Like that should be our first step anytime we're going about feeling better in our health. Anything, any little red flags that are going up in your health and your well-being and things that we have just decided are normal and acceptable, like we could be remedying this, we could be healing it, we could be preventing it, you know. I truly believe in the kitchen, you know. And it's not to say that there's not a time and a place for intervention and doctors and what they're all doing, but I think like if we started here, I think we would spend a lot less time at the doctors, right? And with the medications. And then again, sometimes they're needed and sometimes they're a great bridge from here to there. But like, just let this penetrate your being, your knowing that, you know, these little things, these little foods add up and you become, you know, made up of this. Like you, right? We truly are what we eat. Like, let this be what you're made up of, you know, this like made from the planet, totally in sync to work with our bodies and work with our cells, and it's here for us, you know. So just like the things we do that are not so helpful, right? Just the things that we do that are considered troublesome to the body and troublesome to the well-being, troublesome to the brain and the heart health and the liver, right? Those things add up, you know. And when you're younger, we have our youth on our side, we can get away with a lot more, but only because it's been a shorter amount of time and we all have a different makeup of what we've been exposed to. But by the time you're my age and you're in your mid 40s, like this stuff's going to start to really add up, all those little things, and we really start to see what we're made of, right? And so being that like I haven't known, it's not even that I haven't known, right? We haven't remembered this until my later years, right? Because I think that's the thing. I think this is like the truth. I think this is what's real. And somehow we've gotten so far removed from what's real and what's true. And to me, it makes sense. You know, I see that. What do you think? What do you think? You tell me. What do you think? Do you think it makes sense? Am I the only one that thinks this makes sense? I think it makes sense. It's actually really good, guys. Really good. The cinnamon is so good. Yum. All right, so try that, make that. But I think about this. Think about that there's all the living critters, including us. We'll call ourselves critters. All the living critters here on planet Earth, we were all born onto this planet along with food supply, food source, energy source, right? And it makes sense to me that there is going to be an ideal source that keeps us like well and thrive, right? Like look at the other animals on the planet. Like as long as they're eating their food source, they're thriving, they're well for the most part. If they were to start crossing over and consuming some totally different food source, like, now we see, tigers eating potato chips and even, I don't know, probably feeding lettuce. Like maybe that would be not, or like a fish was eating meat and I don't really know. I'm not this isn't my expertise to know what everything eats. But right, like if a dog was eating gummy bears and not their dog food, these animals might start to look unwell. They might start to look sickly even, right? And then I just totally see like us humans, we've just gotten so far removed from our natural food source, our natural source that was here to work with us in our well-being. And when I think of what our natural food source is, I just think of, just like all the other living beings, creatures, like this one right here who knows I'm on camera and has to come say hi. Hi, precious. They will eat what is most accessible to them, which proves to be true with us humans as well, because we're like, what's fastest and easiest? But let's just kind of go back before we went all this way, and now we just eat for literally like, processed easiness, right? So let's just kind of go back and just say like we are likely going to eat what is going to be the quickest source of fuel, the easiest to get it, using the least amount of energy output, right? Just like, tigers aren't going to the bottom of the ocean to find their food source. They're not, doing something totally like not in their nature. And I see us being the same way. Like I think we would eat what's most accessible, the things that are already ready to eat, like peaches, for instance. They're like growing off this tree and they're plentiful, and we're going to just like eat them up, like that's what we're going to eat. We're going to eat the food that's there, that's growing, that's ready to eat and ready to consume first, right? And it doesn't mean that there's not room for all the other foods. It's just like, make that your measure, make that your gauge of like, what should I be filling? What would be the most, supportive to my well-being, you might think. And to me, I think like that, like what you would see growing and ready to eat, that's going to be what you're going to fill it the most with. And then let the other kind of come in as accessories, as toppings, as side notes, but not like the main feature, if we want these bodies to thrive to their ability, right? So to me, that makes sense. To me, that really makes sense. And then I kind of like gauge it like, the more effort it took to get it in an edible form, if you kind of think about the process, then the least amount we should have it, right? Does that make sense? So, even like once you have eaten all the fruit off the trees and picked all the stuff off the ground and grabbed what you could eat and ate it all, then you might hunt. Then you might set up a trap. Then you might go through the effort to catch something, right? Bye. Have a good workout. Do you want this milkshake? It's peach. It's right there. It's really good, I think. Cheers. You shut the slider right there.
But it tastes like a dessert.
That's okay. Isn't it? It's not. I mean, it could
like
be.
A pie.
Yeah, it's a peach pie. Oh, it is peach pie. Is it peach pie? Yeah, it's called peach pie milkshake. Okay. Oh, that's a really small one. That's so good. So you see, so there's still room for all these things, but they're more added on accessories, right? Not the main feature. That's what I'm going off of. That makes sense to me. It works for me. And, knowing that fruits and vegetables of all different kinds, like everything has like something it does that works for us. Like they all have, whether it's like these electrolytes or the vitamin C that helps you fight disease, and hydration, like helping you hydrate your cells at a very cellular level. Like food does that. It's like you don't need a powder, you don't need a pill, you don't need some hack out there. Like food has it all. Like I just love saying, like, fuck the hacking. I'm not into the hacking. Like I'm into the healing, like at the root cause, at the cell level. Like we don't need to hack. You literally have everything you need to heal right here, So that's the intention here with these kitchen talks too, is just to really like bring us back to our ability to be well and take care of these human bodies and our loved ones and our next generation and the people around us, and remind us that we all have it right here. And you know how powerful that is, and like what good news that is. Like that is really good news. You know what that means? You don't have to constantly outsource it, and you don't have to be behind on the trends because you don't care about them. Because who cares about the trends? I don't care about the trends. Stop caring about the trends. They're a waste of time, and they'll take you off in La La Land, and you'll be sorry. And then you're going to be like, where am I over here? And why did I do that for 2 years? Like I did. So many trends. I did. I was trying to like stay on it and do the latest things. And guess what? It's all like very experimental. It's just like somebody gets to make money off this stuff, and this is what gets you off of that roller coaster, gets you off of the trend train right here, is just like bring it back to the kitchen, bring it back home, bring it back to what we know, bring it back to the roots, what we are born onto this planet as our natural, I'll say God-given source of life, and keeping these bodies alive, keeping them well, keeping them fueled. I mean, and we even have what we need to defend what we're up against. We even have that in food. We have that. We can use food to put up that protective barrier, that immune system, that strong immune system, that protective pathogen killing, virus killing, bacterial killing, fungal killing, all that, and then detoxing and restoring, right? Because it's all the things that kind of need to happen to be well. You need to be able to kill and remove pathogens. You need to be able to detox. You need to be able, to move toxins that you've been exposed to out of your body, and then to actually repair and restore, like wild blueberries, repairing your brain tissue, like I want some of that. So this is just a reminder. I hope you want to try this peach pie milkshake to feel light, to feel energized, supported, dairy-free, and opposite of what a natural milkshake is going to do for us, right? It's the opposite. It can be fat-free. Let that remove debris from your intestines, remove mucus from that sticky mucus that's all up in your intestines and colon. I know it's really a great site. Removing that bad bacteria, that pathogen toxins, the toxins that come from pathogen and old putrefied food that gets stuck in the different divots of your intestines and your colon. All that needs to get moved out. And typical diets these days that are super high fat and high protein don't allow for that. That's the part with that, right? Like Maybe you're eating to get buff. Maybe you're eating to get skinny. Maybe, you know, like I get it, like or get gains, or all the reasons why people choose the diet they're choosing. And I'm adding this piece to consider. I'm not saying that if you have this, that you don't get that, because I feel like I'm a living example of somebody who gets muscles and who can manage weight. And I do this. This is what I do. This is what I do. This is what I eat. This is what I drink. You know, and it's not all perfect all the time. It's not always exactly the same, but this is the base. I eat lots of fruits and vegetables. I never hold back when it comes to fruit. I do try to keep my fat away from my fruit and out of my smoothies. I don't add protein powders. I don't think about protein ever. I don't think about calories. I eat a lot of food, but it looks like this. So that's all I have to say about that. Balancing your energy, which is perfect for right now in this time of day. Yeah, makes room for good bacteria, beneficial bacteria, and microorganisms to thrive so your nutrients can be absorbed. Cheers to that. All right, I think that's it. Okay, bye for now.